Hello everyone. My name is Eszter Chrobacsinszky and I would like to talk to you about my thoughts on Mensa and the biggest challenges it is facing. Let me introduce myself. I'm 25 years old and I have been a Mensa member for 7 years. In this period I've had several positions in Mensa Hungary. I was the youngest ever member of the board. I was testing coordinator at the age of 20. This is my second term on the disciplinary committee. I've also helped to start the Mensa blog. I've taken part in the Mensa theater and the choir of Mensa. And just recently, I founded the Open University of Mensa, which is a series of lectures from Mensans to Mensans, which will eventually be broadcast on our website. The three most important challenges ahead of Mensa, I think, are the following: doing more with more, engaging volunteers, and improving the image of Mensa. I would like to focus on the second one, the volunteers, but since I think these three topics are interrelated, I will say a few words about each. First of all, what do I mean by doing more with more? I think we have a huge resource of extraordinary minds in every national Mensa. Some of them publish books of mind-boggling exercises, others organize extrascholar activities for gifted children. We must involve these people in Mensa's activities and make them feel that they are not being piggybacked by a lazy and bureaucratic organization, but they are being supported and that they take part in something valuable. I must admit something. I've already applied to the pilot phase of this program 2 years ago, but I wasn't selected, and I met someone who was, and then I understood why. She was way more ambitious, goal-oriented, and active on the international level than I was at the time. But several things have passed in these 2 years. I have graduated, I started working, and I found myself a motto. It goes like this: what I can do, not what I must do. And I think this applies to Mensa as well. Come on, we are the most intelligent people on earth. Sure, we can do something more than founding 6-4 like eating exotic chocolate. I'm not thinking of anything big, maybe curing cancer or finding a sustainable, cheap and accessible source of energy for everyone. Again, nothing bigger than what I think Mensas are capable of when they work together. And speaking of working together, how should we engage and motivate volunteers? I think we have basically three possibilities there. Either we make do with emotional rewards, or we use material incentives, or else, but I will not tell you the third possibility just yet. Instead, let me lead you through the phases my national Mensa went through. When it was founded about 20 years ago, Mensa Hungary consisted of basically a bunch of university students who had lots of time but less money. And this worked out just fine because they ran Mensa on a voluntary basis. They recruited, they carried the administrative burden, and they also took care of tasks which would have cost an arm and a leg, like designing, website hosting, and accounting. But almost 20 years have passed. These university students have grown up to be working adults who have more money but less time, and Mensa itself has grown to almost 800 members. This is not the same little family as it used to be. And many of our volunteers feel that they are not willing to work for free anymore. Others, who would still dedicate their time and energy to Mensa, feel that they are not appreciated enough. And I can understand that, since we are Mensans, always louder on criticism than we are in praise. But it also gives me some regret. As one of our former chairmen said, what a Mensa is worth if it cannot motivate its volunteers. Personally, I work for Mensa because it has given me so much, and because I believe in its goals. Of course, I can understand if somebody needs the money and says that he doesn't want to work for free. But I have several problems with that. First of all, in Mensa Hungary, our constitution is slightly stricter than the international one. While internationally, only the board and the elected committees are not allowed to accept anything in return for their efforts, in Hungary this applies to all members. The other problem is that many members are already well paid, so if we set the reward too low, they will not be motivated by the money, nor will they be motivated by working for charity. So we should set either a higher reward or we should give them something which they would not buy for themselves. One of our members came up with a seemingly ingenious idea of giving a trip for two to members. One problem with this is that it's retroactive, so it does not necessarily motivate people to work in the present. The other problem is obviously that if we overuse this reward, then we will run out of money. And I think we should also not lose sight of Mensa's primary goals. We should provide stimulating and even fun activities to our members, but all the members, not just a selected few. And whenever money is involved, the possibility of favorism appears on the scene. You know, if there are 10 people who run a Mensa and then one of them gets elected chair and then he starts rewarding the other 9, everybody will see a corrupt leader giving away the common fortune to his friends. So this way bitterness arises. That's why I think the third idea is the best and the smartest one. It's cost effective and it's highly personalized. It goes like this. Let's see why somebody would work for Mensa. Maybe that member would like to try himself or herself in a leadership position because it's easier to achieve in an NGO than in a large company. So let's give that member an important sounding title, like Foreign Relations Appointee, which I am at the moment, and full responsibility over a given area. Or maybe that member thinks that volunteering would look good on his or her CV. Then let's use some search engine optimization so that when a headhunter searches for the name of the member, the Mensa page and the important sounding title is the first thing that pops up. And I think the traveling idea could be brought in here. For example, we could organize some regional gatherings for site coordinators or treasurers or basically for any of these positions. I know that Mensa International is reluctant to finance any such meetings, but I think this could be organized on a national level. This would give a great experience to participants and it would also give added value to their work as appointees. Getting back to the idea about headhunters. If a headhunter searches for the name of John Smith and finds out he's a Mensa member, will he know what Mensa is? And will he consider hiring a Mensa a good thing? This is an issue of Mensa image, and that's the third topic I would like to deal with as a leadership ambassador. I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Hungary, Mensa's image is somewhat like this. While I think it should be like this.
This song is special. This song is like a Cypress Hill. It goes like this.
Being a Mensan is cool, but how can we make people see that? We have to reach out to a maximum number of people and show them the positive sides of the Mensa image. As Viktor Serbiakov said, bad publicity is only when they do not talk about us. And what are these positive aspects? We are smart, we can solve problems, we are solidary with each other. The first thing that surprised me when I became a Mensa member was that whenever somebody was in trouble, other members were always there to help him. And the other appealing thing is the global nature of Mensa International. Last year, I was present at the Site Coordinators Conference in Sofia, held at the same time as the IBD. Bob Kite from Sweden organized this conference because he had realized that we must form individual relationships between members and not between organizational structures. Using new technologies, this has become easier than ever. Anywhere you look, grassroots initiatives and networks bypass the large for-profit structures. Think of Facebook, Skype, LinkedIn, and Couchsurfing. Asian Mensas use these new technologies in an excellent way, and one of the reasons I applied for this program was that I hope to learn from them. I also hope that I could say some novelties to you, and I indeed hope that you found my presentation too short and you want to find out more about me. There are some websites where you can do this, but I think the best way is to vote for me and see for yourselves. You won't regret it. Thank you for your attention.